So here's a quick overview of the application. So for simplicity, I use the minimalist UX design, which is to keep everything to a minimum. There's no distractions, so uh, you are focused on the main task, which is searching for channels. And this is represented by the big search bar in the middle. It catches your attention right away. And the buttons are really intuitive. This one, of course, is for searching. This one's for refreshing. And the bootstrap cards are laid out evenly and nicely. And the website is responsive too. So, like if you change the screen size, the card size changes as well. So it can be adapted to all screen sizes. So if you search for League of Legend, it's going to give you a bunch of results with with either match name or match description. And this is all done by the Twitch API. And if you click on this button, it's gonna show you more information, like their title, their game name, their language they're using, and if they're offline, it'll just show offline. But if they're live, it's gonna give you a live logo. So to run the application, all you have to do is npm run dev, and I made a script for that, which will run concurrently, and concurrently will run the proxy and the client at the same time. I use proxy for this project because when you make GET requests to a foreign domain, you have to include more information in your headers, like client ID and authorization. And that's when you have CORS problem. And the best way to get around the CORS problem is to use the proxy. So the first thing is to retrieve channel informations. So to use Twitch API, you have to register a Twitch app on their website. So in this Twitch app, you're given a client ID as well as a client secret. And with these two pieces of information, you can make a post or request to their authentication endpoint. So you put the client ID and the client secret in the URL, and you can get an access token in return. And with this token, you can make a GET request to retrieve channel information. So you can put client ID and authorization in the headers, and you can customize the query by changing the query parameter. So when you get the data back, you can save them in the state. Since this is a functional component, I have to use state hook to set up states, and one of them is called channels. So I'm fetching the first 50 channels when the page is first rendered. So that's when I use the use effect hook. And when you have the channels information ready, so you can use the information to populate the UI. So I made a card for each channel, with their key being the channel ID, and I also get information like their channel thumbnail and their display name, and I also add a button on the card, which also has this handle toggle method attached, which then you can pass the particular channel information to the modal, as well as the modal control, which is like a on and off switch. So in handle toggle, that's where you set the channel and modal, and you pass all those information along with the method to this modal component. And so in this modal component, this is just a simple functional component with a return statement. All the properties and methods are passed down through the props. So you can still access the modal property through its props. You can control the on and off the modal uh, through this handle modal method that's passed down. And also you can display more information about the modal through the props, like their title, their game name, their language. If the channel is live, you're gonna display a live logo. Otherwise, you're gonna show offline. So for the search bar, I use controlled form. I basically attach the event handler called handle change to this onChange event. So every time you type in something, the value can be picked up by this event handler, and the value is saved automatically and updated in real time in the state. So next time you press enter or click the search button, you're gonna retrieve the channels using the search state. Um, but if you search with the white space, it's gonna give you the 50 default users. So for example, if you just press enter without typing anything, it's gonna just give you the default users. And the restart button, it's just gonna clear the search state and fetch the channels using the default parameters. So like if you search for something and you press the restart button, it's gonna restart the process.